in February.
Madam Chair, if it's an appropriate time, I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda.
It's not at the appropriate time. I believe you want to amend new business, and so when we get to new business, you can make that motion.
I don't want to amend new business. I want to amend the agenda.
Okay. The item you want to amend falls under new business. Is that correct, Mayor Pro Tem Witz?
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to move it up to the top of the agenda.
Okay. Well, it can be moved up to the top of new business, but it cannot be moved up to the top of the agenda.
I'd like to refer to City Attorney Powell and ask him if that's a correct reading on that. Is that correct?
I think the Mayor Pro Tem is trying to take the
Item G from under new business and move it to the top of the agenda.
I understand exactly what Mayor Pro Tem Witz is trying to do. However, it's new business, and so it still will remain new business. It's not invited guests. It's not department reports. It's not old business. It's new business. So it needs to remain on this agenda as new business. He can move it to item number A and move everything else down. But at this point in time, his motion is improper.
Here's Mayor, and I'm not trying to create controversy. It's just this isn't really new business. It's old business from the special call meeting the last time. So, and I mean, the body can do what it wants to in terms of its agenda. It can move and second and place it where it pleases.
Thank you for your opinion, Mr. Powell. At this point in time, the chair has denied the request for the motion.
Point of order,
We're moving
Mayor. I'd
on
like
to invited guests. Mr.
question
Ewing
the
is not
gentleman
here
of the chair.
tonight. We'll move that to our second meeting in February.
Point of
Under
order.
committee and department reports, Ms. Steele, I
Second.
believe you have a report for the Parks and Rec Advisory Board.
Madam Chair, there's a point of order on the board. It's an incident motion that takes priority over the
Ms. Steele,
moving
the
forward
floor
of
is
business.
yours. If you'd like to come forward, please.
Madam Chair, there's a motion on the floor for
And
a
a
point
second.
of order and a second that must be addressed. We would ask that you address that according to Robert's rules, or
Ms.
take a
Mayor
recess
Pro
and do
Tem
whatever you do
Witz.
to prove it. You don't have to do
Mayor Pro Tem
that.
Witz, your point of order is out of order. It's not an issue for Robert's rules.
It certainly
it's
is an issue for
for our
Robert's
charter and how our agenda is set. You can amend the agenda based on the charter to change the order, but it is new business, and so it must stay under new business. At this point in
Madam
time,
Chair,
we're
it's
just
not
doing
new
committee and
business.
department reports.
Why does
We're
this
not
have to be
anything
like this every
voting.
time? Madam Chair, we're not going to be, this council
Mayor
is not
Pro
going to
Tem
be
Witz,
bullied tonight by you.
You're
and
trying
not
to
allow us
bully
to
me.
do that.
Excuse me. I think the only bully in this room is you,
Ma'am,
Mayor Pro
I'm just
Tem
asking
Witz.
a point of order. I'm going under Robert's rules.
Ms. Steele, if
There's
you'd
a
like to
point
go
of order on
forward,
the floor.
we do not have Mr. Whitaker tonight, and so we will postpone his until our next council agenda, until he's available. Ms. Steele, do you have a report
I would like
for
it
us?
reflected in the record. There was a point of order and a second on the floor, and the chairman of this committee absolutely refused to acknowledge that motion.
Ms. Steele, do you have a report for us?
Yes.